What up, everybody? This is your boy, Bill Bellamy, and you are on top, BIllin, the #1 podcast for the culture, the movement, and the discussion. Today, we have a wonderful episode in store for you. Actor, singer, songwriter, the man does everything the right way. Ladies going crazy. He's on top of his game. You will see him on With Love on Amazon Prime. You know, they Prime. And you've seen him Bold and the Beautiful. The man just work his ass off. Tyler Perry moves, all kinds of stuff. But I'm telling you right now, the ladies go crazy when Rome show up. Give it up for Rome Flynn right now. I had to do this for the ladies. I'm doing a little something for the ladies. Rome, Chicago, shout out to Chicago. Another talented you know how Chicago has put out so many talented people. I just had Dion Cole recently, and I had Lil Hari, another great Chicagoan. You guys always bring out good people. How does a guy like Rome Flynn get in the game? How did you start?
Man, how I started. I mean, I honestly, growing up, I never even thought about this business. I never thought about acting. None of that. I mean, I was so far removed from my existence. But when I became like 21, 22, I went to an open casting thing.
Okay. And, are you still in Chicago?
No. Oh, at this point, yeah. I'm still in Illinois at this point.
Okay.
And I was working at a pawn shop. I had worked at hella jobs. I was getting fired all the time.
You worked at the pawn shop?
I worked at the pawn shop for like 2 years.
What was the craziest thing somebody ever pawned in there? Like you was like, you really giving that up?
Man, you know, there was an original film of Gone with the Wind, the actual film of the movie.
At your pawn shop?
Yeah, they brought it in. It was like,
you ain't
I found this, man. I just won like $10 for it. I was like, damn. Shit, meet me around back. I'll pay a little more for that.
I'll give you 25.
Yeah, you know, but yeah, people will come in with everything, man. Jewelry. I learned how to, you know, figure out if jewelry is real, you know, great diamonds, all of that stuff working there.
And so as working in the pawn shop, see, this is the thing that I love about interviewing people on the show. Everybody thinks it's just like you just become a star. You start and you start pushing. So you're in the pawn shop, you're like, this ain't gonna be my end all to be all. How you transition out the pawn shop?
Well, honestly, I worked at the pawn shop and everybody that was there, all the employees, they were all in a band together. And so they would always practice. They would play guitar during the day. And I didn't know how to play guitar. I kind of felt like, damn, I want to learn. You know, so I would just sit in the back and kind of teach myself. And then I started teaching myself on YouTube. But we had a bunch of guitars, you know, acoustic, electric, everything, bass. And so I would just all day just pick them up and start playing them. And so the first song I ever learned how to play was a song by 3 Days Grace. And they have this opening chord progression, like you just know what it is once you hear it.
Right.
And I would always just practice it. And I remember the first day I actually tried to play it in front of customers. I was like, man, I wonder if somebody gonna actually recognize what I'm playing. You know what I mean? And I just started playing, and it was like, hey man, I think I know. So then that kind of made me feel like I'm doing something right. You know, I just kept doing that, and then that's kind of how I got into making music, because like I said, everybody was in a band together, and our lead singer, this guy, he also worked at the pawn shop.
Man, this is a TV show.
Yeah.
The pawn shop is life.
The pawn shop is life, for real, man.
Yeah.
For real, look,
everybody in there full of life at the pawn shop.
Man, for real. And he was a singer, right? But he never wanted to practice with the band. Like, he was the kind of guy who just only wanted to do shows. And so they would have me come and sing like these songs, like help him practice. And that's kind of how I got introduced to doing music.
No way.
Yeah. But I would be singing like Metallica. I'd be singing like rock stuff. You know what I mean? I was like doing everything.
What?
Yeah.
You were singing, you first start singing rock music first?
Rock first, yeah.
And and they go hard. They sing hard. It's from the soul. It's guttural. You know. But I'm gonna give you your flowers. This is so random how things. I believe like everything's connected, right? So let's say 2 months ago, you know, on my social media, I love singers. During COVID, I was doing Rocking with the Stars live on my Instagram, and I was discovering great singers like Miracle Holloway, Avery Wilson, another singer. I'm thinking of the girl's name right now. Her voice is so crazy. But anyway, I'm gonna speed it up. I'll come back. So I came across you just inadvertently. Like you came in my feed, and y'all, it was you and this guy named Will Gittin.
Yeah, Will Giddens.
Getting, right? Giddings?
Giddens, yeah.
Yeah, and you guys just did an acoustic cover of Joe's song.
Yeah.
And I posted it on my social media. I didn't even know you were an actor at the time. I was like, yo, bro got a nice voice. I was like, oh, I never seen the combo acoustic. I was like, that was kind of dope. How did y'all get together to do that?
Yeah, we've been doing music together, me and him. When I started doing music, or I started putting music out a couple of years ago, he actually wrote one of my records, Drunk With You, another song I got that's out. And we were just, rocking ever since then. And so I did a cover, and I saw he did one. I was like, man, we should do one. And then the first one we did was actually Stand the Rain. Mm-hmm. And that one.
New edition, Stand the Rain?
Yeah, yeah, it went crazy, and it was,
y'all, so y'all got to sing, that one right there. That's like 4 parts.
Hey, listen,
that's
it's
4 parts.
Pretty good. I mean, it's a couple million views on that one, but after that, we did the Joe one. We were trying to figure out what song to do, and I was like, man, we got to do something that nobody doing.
Yeah, that's what I think is cool. It's kind of like a smash up in a way, vocally, not a smash up, because a lot of times DJs do smash ups. But what I like about what you guys were doing was your two voices. You don't know if they're going to go together, but the way y'all do it, they do. They like make one instrument. Because I'm a music lover, so I'm I'm watching y'all do y'all thing, and I was like, yo, they dope. I thought y'all might be a group at first. I was like, oh, that's kind of fire right there.
Yeah, we gonna do some more stuff, man. We he got his single, I think, just came out, so we just trying to figure out
And you also got another hit record. What's up, people? What's happening? Yeah, I see you. Hey, what about Slide though? That's a hit single, bro.
Yeah.
Slide is fire.
Appreciate that.
Come on, man. You legit.
Yeah, for sure.
Bro, you legit. It's not a game. Some people say, I miss with music. No, you legit, bro. Act, sing, songwriting. What's your recipe for a song? Like, how do you find time, or what's your motivation? How do you get in your zone for songwriting? I always want to ask that question.
Yeah, man. It's it's a different creative process. I mean, you come from the industry of being on set and also you write too and stuff. Mm-hmm. So for me, it's a different process, but I really try to tap into shit that I deal with. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like coming from a genuine place, like with Slide and the other records that I've done. One of the bigger records that I got is called Keep Me in Mind. And I wrote that record after a situation with a girl I was talking to, and she had a man and shit.
Right.
And, I was just
usually the real shit always.
I was like, I was just telling her, like, keep me in mind. Yeah. When he started tripping on you and shit, and I just made a song out of it. People rock with it.
Out of here. Because I always feel with music, the songs that become the biggest songs are ones that people relate to. Like, they have a situation in their lives that they walk through that shit. Like Mary. Reason why Mary J. Blige has worked all these years, every one of those emotions in those songs, a woman at some point is like, that was me. And so, Cass might look at you and be like, you never had a bad day. Like, people always think Bill Bellamy never had a bad day. Right. Never got turned down by a chick. Yeah, I got turned down. I got kicked in the face a couple times. You know what I'm saying? I just got back up.
Hey, man, they got to watch how to be a player.
Yeah.
That's what I did. Shit. I was like, my man got it.
I got it together, man. But this acting thing is working for you. I love the fact that you are multi-talented. I've had the pleasure of interviewing several people and meeting people that are doing it simultaneously. Jabari Banks is doing it. Coco Jones has a hit song out, that ICU. And I was on a set with them. I'm working on that show. And they were like, Coco was like, man, I'm just trying to find time to do my music, because you get on a show and you start going. You know what I mean? And or if you get in a movie and you get another movie, you just keep on going. Yeah. And now you gotta figure out how to balance your baby, because your music is your baby, and then your acting is your new child. It's a lot.
It is a lot.
How do you do it?
I don't know, actually. Still trying to figure it out.
Right.
The reality is that for me, the artistic process for each is very different, so they take up different real estate. So I need to be in a space to do music. When I'm at work or if I'm filming, like, I'm not thinking about music in the sense at all.
Correct.
And I'll have like my co-stars and shit come up to me and I'll be like, man, I didn't even know you did music. It's because it's a different part of my brain.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's a whole nother language.
Yeah, it's a whole nother thing. The moment I leave work, it's like I'm back to kind of how I'm going through my days, which is like figuring out what I want to say and how I want to say it, but it's definitely a challenge when you have a multitude of interests and you happen to be, I guess, favored in those things, and trying to balance those things it's going to be tough. I kind of envy people who don't have those that ambition to want to do multiple things. Like, if you could just focus, I was like, damn, I wish I could just focus on one fucking thing.
It's hard, man, when you multitask. It's the same thing, like for me, like I love to do stand up, but I'm an actor, right? I'm like, shoot, I got to do this show. And then they're like, you got to read this script tonight. And I'm like, oh, God damn.
Right.
Like, cause it's like you said, I never thought of it like that. It's two different parts of your brain.
Yeah.
It really is, because you think and process things differently in this world of acting. And then you got to give it 100 to be great at it.
You got to give 100 to be great at anything.
Yeah.
And so at some point, there's just some sacrifices going to be made.
Okay.
For whatever creative you want to go towards. Like, for instance, if it's music, if you focus solely on that, then obviously you got to be present to do anything acting wise.
Right.
To put yourself in any position to understand a script, let alone get a job and work one. That's a whole transformation.
Absolutely. I agree.
It's like I can't, do both at the same time. Like if I'm on set, if I'm doing a show, it's like I'm obsessive about the craft. Like I respect it so much. So I can't be at work like listening to beats and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I remember one time, I'll tell you a funny story. I was in Louisiana of all places, and I ran into Neo, right? Yeah. We staying at the same hotel. Neo was doing a movie, and he had the bus right there with the studio with it. He was like, yo, when I'm not shooting on my days off, I'm writing my music. I was like, God, because how we have to learn all them lines. Okay. You got to know, and if you got a big role, you got to know a bunch of lines, and then you got to go write some lines in your music, and then play the instruments. And it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. So we got a new show right now, With Love, on Amazon Prime Video. Tell us about your role and how'd you get that?
Yeah, man, I play Santiago Zayas on there. I play Afro-Cuban. I'm Afro-Cuban in real life.
In real life.
Which is crazy.
100.
That don't really happen.
In New York, that's we do that all day. You know what I'm saying? We got Cubans, we got blacks, we
Dominicans, we got everybody.
We got everybody's represented, okay?
Yeah, man. So doing that show was a gift, man, because it's very rare to play somebody I feel I'm so close to the cuff to.
Absolutely.
So it's created by Gloria Calderon Khaled. Mm-hmm. We in our second season. Our first season came out like over a year ago, and it was just something that felt right. I was doing How to Get Away with Murder before that as a regular, and so leaving off that show, I was like, damn, I don't know how to top that or go from that. Working opposite Viola. I'm like, it was a decision, but
right.
It was a no brainer. Once I knew storyline and Gloria was a part of it.
Yeah,
I knew I wanted to try to make my mark in there.
Now with acting, man, there's a lot people do this all the time. Ask me, oh B, how you get on? Like, what is it? What do I do first if I want to be an actor? If you going back to yourself, 20, you're only 30 something. So let's go back 10 years ago. What would you say to Rome, the 10-year ago Rome, that vital information that you found out now, 10 years later, like, we got to do X to get on?
Yeah. I heard Viola actually, speaking of, she said this quote. She said, the greatest gift we have is the gift of being ourselves. Mm-hmm. And I think I was in a place of trying to figure out what I thought people wanted me to be.
Okay.
And I think the way to be an actor, obviously, so many things have to work in your favor, but you got to kind of know who you are first before you can be somebody else.
Facts.
And I just went through a process of trying to figure out who I was as I was here. And I would just tell myself that you good, man. You're on the path. Like, you're on the path. You're on the right path. I mean, I wouldn't actually give myself too much advice because I think the mistakes kind of create the space for you to be great.
Right.
And so
obstacles.
I don't think that I would be like, don't do this or don't do that. I don't regret anything. I try not to regret anything in life.
Yeah, the thing that I find, a lot of people who, want to be actors is they just want to come to LA and, and just get on, There's a few people that's probably happened for it. There's probably one or two people that got off the bus and somebody saw you and said, you look like a movie star, and boom, boom, boom. Most of us have had, bumps, bruises, roles we didn't get that we really, really, really wanted, right? And you just have to keep going. Like, the thing to me about acting is you hear so many no's before you get a yes? How do you keep yourself encouraged? You know, because all of us go for auditions. You know how that is. And, you know, you might be close on 2 or 3.
Man, you know, hey, you know, it comes in waves, I think.
Yes.
I always say you get a lot of no's, but you only need one yes.
Facts.
That's really all you need is one yes to really change your life. And for me, it's really not about getting to the end. It's about the journey, man. And I've had to grown accustomed to learn and love that aspect of it, because the journey is getting close to things and not getting it. You know, once I get something, the moment I'm done with it, it's almost like it didn't happen. Like I'm already trying to figure out what's next. That's just kind of society and the world we live in. It's all about what have you done for me lately? You feel me? Like Eddie said, man, you know. So for me, it's the ups and downs, but just trying to find a silver lining in those things to learn about myself. You know, because I know I'm gonna get my opportunities, because I don't stop. You know what I mean? I don't give up.
I like your tenacity, man. You know, you like you said, you started in a pawn shop. You were, you know, basically thrown into a band. You know, basically got thrown in a band. Thank God you had a voice. Yeah. You taught yourself how to play. This goes to show you, Dexter. This sounds like some very strong Cuban black shit you did. This is like where you making shit happen, fam. We're not waiting. We what? I'm in the band. I gotta play. I'm gonna figure out how to play guitar in about 2-3 weeks. I'm gonna learn how to sing. I'm gonna sing this way, I'm gonna sing this way, I'm gonna sing that way. Now you act like this is what I love about experiences, and you mentioned this earlier, like sometimes those experiences give you gems. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Like your adversity, you know, shines your diamond. You know what I mean? So all these attributes that you have were cultivated along the journey. Exactly. And that's what I want people who are watching and are listening, is that, you know what, it's okay to have a rough spot. What we doing in a rough spot though? You know what I'm saying? I always tell my boys, you know, sometimes the best setback is the way to get back. Yeah. Do you feel me? Thanks. You get punched in the face. You got to figure out.
Yeah. That's actually where you grow from, man. That's how you become who you're supposed to be.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I've been kicked in the face, the back, the shoulder blade. I've been hit upside the head. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. 30 years in the game, I'm still, you know, Bill Bellamy and still having fun. And that's what I want you to do. Like, you know, even though you are relatively new in this game, but you have so much to give. You know what I mean?
That's what gets me like.
It's so dope, like to have that in your future, to be able to do multiple things. You know, you do your show, you know, maybe this summer you got on tour. Maybe you know, you might do some spot days. Then you can come back, jump on another show, jump in another movie. That's gangster, fam.
Yeah.
I mean, what's wrong with that?
I'm literally I always tell people, man, you know, the world is your playground, man. You got to have fun with this shit.
Yeah.
Literally, whatever your interests are, just follow it. You know, just follow that. Your instincts are the most important thing about you. And a lot of times, the first thing to go when you get in a position where you get the things you want in life. So for me, I'm always trying to stay, you know, intact and connected in that way, so that whatever interests me, I'm just going to follow it, man, see what happens.
Hey, listen, I remember before Michael B. Jordan blew up, bro. Me, Mike, and a couple of us guys used to play in this like basketball league, and he was like, man, I'm an actor, man. I'm coming up. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, man, you kind of diesel though. You using a lot of your fouls. You using all your fouls in the first quarter because he's athletic and very physical cat, right? Next thing I know, boom, 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 Creed. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it happen. Chris Tucker, another guy, you know, started out doing stand up, boom, boom. Next thing you know, rush hour. So you are right where you're supposed to be. You are right on the path to greatness. You are on the path to your dreams. You can do all of it. I mean, Beyonce's done all of it. I mean, like Jay-Z's done all of it. It's no reason you got to be in one lane. I wouldn't tell nobody to ever think like that. You could do whatever you are created to do.
Actually, yeah. I mean, that's how I navigate life. Mm-hmm. You know, last year, I went back to college. Because before I came out to LA, you know, I had a scholarship to play basketball. Okay. And I walked away from it to pursue acting. I moved out here, and I was just like, man, you know, I know that's there, but once I did the casting, I felt just something in me I had never felt before. And I was like, I got to follow this thing. And so recently, you know, I went back to college and I played, you know, basketball. I still hoop.
At what school?
At Bethesda University.
So you went back to school, and so how many years can you eligible to play?
I mean, I'm eligible to play now. I could keep playing. But what ended up happening was I played, half of the year because I didn't have time to go to class.
Okay.
So once the school started up.
So you Zion Williams. Okay, cool.
I had to get out of there. I was going to put my name in the portal,
I was about to jump in there.
NIL deal's looking real crazy right now.
They looking real lucrative.
I was like, maybe I need to go back.
We got to call Rich Paul real quick. Rich, holla at us, holla at us.
Put me on.
So you play point guard. So you play point guard. That's a tough for me. That'd be tough because I love hooping. So like if you a hooper, to give up hooping is really a hard because it's like a drug.
Nah, for real.
So you gave up hooping. Well, how many years were you at your school before you quit?
So I didn't even get the chance to play yet. So I had signed my letter of intent.
Okay.
And through my journey and being in high school, I wasn't that great, but by the time I became a senior, I was just like, I outworked everybody.
Correct.
And so what I started to do is I was showing up to colleges for open runs because I didn't have any colleges that was looking at me at the time. And this school in Illinois, I started going to the practices and the coach started being like, yeah, who you know here, man? I'm just like, no couple, And he let me play, and he saw like how hungry I was for it and he gave me a scholarship.
That is fire, bro.
And then I had to call him and tell him that I couldn't take it.
Hey, yo, you know what? I appreciate it, but
hey, I was just playing.
No disrespect.
No, for real, that was like such a crazy fork in the road for me because
what?
That's the only thing I ever wanted in high school and just growing up was to be a basketball player and play in college. And so
correct.
I had the opportunity to go to college and not have to pay for it. It was just insane to me. But when I made the decision to start working towards coming out here, I was like, man, so what do I do now? Because I just signed my letter of intent. Well, first thing I had to do, I had to email the president of my class and tell him I wanted to, get out of my scholarship, basically.
Yeah, man, and they was hurt a little bit.
I don't even remember what I said to him, but I was just honest. I was like, man, this shit might sound crazy, but I want to be an actor, man. I want to move to LA, and he was just like, man, I don't know why, but I believe you. Sound crazy, I believe you. And then he let me in, and
that is dope as fuck, bro.
Called my coach though. The next thing I do was call my coach. We was actually pretty tight after a while, and I was like, damn, I can't really tell this man I'm trying to go to LA to be an actor. That doesn't even sound real.
Right.
So I called him. I'm like, yo, coach, I can't play, man. I got kicked out the crib, man. I got nowhere to stay. It's kind of true, but I could have figured it out. He's like, no, don't worry about it. I'm gonna put you in the house with the other guys. And I'm like, shit. That ain't work. All right. I was like, what can I say to make sure he can't, have a rebuttal? It's like, man, my mom a little sick, man. I got to go be with her in Wisconsin. He was like, damn. He's like, we're going to miss you. Hope everything's good. You can always come back and play. But I always wondered if he ever remembered that. I don't know where he is in the world.
Wow.
But, he was cool with it.
He looked out.
Yeah, he looked out for me. I did lie to him, though. Sorry about that.
A little bit. So when you went back, to finish for 2 years?
No, so I just went back to college just for half a year.
Okay.
Just to play basketball. I didn't want to get a degree there.
Okay.
But I just wanted to hoop, and a coach gave me an opportunity to play. And that was I wish I would have had a camera crew with me.
Why didn't you bring it? That would be, bro, you never hear about that story.
No, but it's insane
That's
because
awesome.
The guys on my team, they knew who I was just from, TV.
Right.
And it was like, what the hell what are you doing here type of thing. And then so it was just like a whole fucking movie of me trying to like integrate myself into
college
the team.
life.
And also just going to set and then,
bro,
you know what I mean? And then I would be playing these other guys. Like we go to other schools and play. And I would be in the middle of the game and,
they'd be like, are we filming?
Like, bro, like, ain't you on TV? I'm like, nah, that ain't me. And then after the game, I would always tell him, like, yeah, that was for sure. He's like, man, that's crazy, man. What the hell you doing? Side missions, man.
No, but do you never? I'm glad you brought that up because what it is you have a couple of passions. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that you made room for it, like I think that's so dope that you took the time to be like, yo, man, I think I'm gonna go back. I just want to feel it. You know what I'm saying?
Opportunity came. It just was like I couldn't say no to it.
So you obviously a point guard.
Yeah.
Scoring point guard?
Yeah, I'm a bucket. I'm
okay.
Like that.
You a bucket?
Oh, yeah, I'm like that.
Oh, man.
No question.
Yo, Tarek, you hear
question.
that? He say he a bucket. Oh, snap.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I played against a lot of guys in this industry. Ain't nobody seeing me.
They can't stay in front of you?
Nah. No, man. I literally train every day. I'm still training. I'm still hooping. I got a basketball agent.
What we doing?
We doing whatever.
Bro. Listen, bro. Am I gonna see you at crypto? Like, what we doing? Are you gonna be on the Clippers? What we doing? I mean, you gonna have a TV show and you gonna be in the NBA? What we doing?
Be the first. I'm trying to be the first, man. Hey, I'm trying to do something different.
Hey, I want to share a story that's similar. Like, I was watching the finals, right? There's a basketball player named Caleb Martin.
Yeah, I know.
And Caleb, his path was so bugged out. Didn't get drafted, blah blah blah. Played in the G League, this, that, and the other. He got like something. We got on for a second. I don't know if it was a 10-day, whatever, with the Charlotte Hornets.
Right.
Gets down with the Hornets. They gets cut.
Yeah.
Thinks that his life was, over with basketball, gets picked up by Miami for a little bit. Let's see what you do. Boom. He comes over there. He cooks if it wasn't for Jimmy, bro, he was the best player. Like, honestly, outside of Jimmy, he was the best player consistently in every game. He never had a bad game. Yeah. He was shooting the lights out. Like, It was like, why are you leaving Caleb open? So there is always hope if you just keep pushing.
Stay the course, man. But yeah, Caleb Martin, that's a great
story,
man, because I mean, the kid's got talent, but you need to be empowered by your teammates and your coaches to be able to do what he's doing.
Correct.
And that's the culture they have there. It can be anybody's night. Max Strauss hit big shots down the stretch.
That's facts.
Gabe Vincent hit, very aggressive and took some great shots, and he helped them, secure some wins. He didn't play Game 5, and they needed him. You know what I mean? And so that's a great team they got over there. But the philosophy is really what makes it great over there.
So if you could have your world be your oyster, do what you want to do, would you play professional basketball?
That's definitely in the works. It's not even like a if thing. It's just a
when
scheduling thing.
So I'm gonna see you. I'm gonna see you.
No, listen. The NBA is a different beast. I don't know about the league, but I'm definitely gonna play overseas.
Can you gonna play overseas?
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
So you. Yeah. Man, we might have to find out about this, y'all. Hey, fellas, you see his Rome Flynn saying he really got that work.
Yeah,
he's like a bucket. He's fast. He's crafty. Gets to how you describe your game? Give me a vibe. Give me two players or three. You might be three guys in one.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Damian Lillard.
Ooh,
that's
a real bucket.
Luka, just because I feel like I can get to my spots. He get to his spots easy. And I would say Bron, just because he the best playmaker we've ever had, I feel like.
So you're a playmaker, scorer, and skillful.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then you out of here. I mean, I'm signing autographs.
I mean, I've seen guys go play overseas with less talent, just based on who they is.
Right.
For me, I'm actually going. That's the Houdini is. They're gonna sign me to get ticket sales. That's cool, but I'm really gonna hoop though.
Right. But I'm really saying, like, this is the thing. You just lit up. That's what's crazy. When you start talking about basketball, you turned into a whole different person.
Yeah. It's different thing, man. That's like my genetic makeup. Basketball is like really the core of how I became who I am now.
Right.
And acting is an olive branch of all those things I started to just chase down after getting better at basketball and like just wanting to be good at things.
I like that, but you're an actor, man. You got to talk about With Love. This is a great project. You get to be the love interest. You get to be the guy. What is like? Do you get love scenes on your show?
Absolutely. Actually, in this season, I've
had love scenes in a while.
Yeah, you miss them?
I miss them. They're fun. There's a lot of people in the room, but you get it.
You get it.
I get it.
No, literally, it's like it might as well be in my contract at this point.
Right.
I'm doing something like that in most of the projects I've done in the past have been like that. But yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie. I'm completely naked in one of these episodes. I'm like, how the hell y'all get me to do this?
This is the funny part that people don't realize when we do these scenes and stuff. People are in the room. They just think you in there, butt naked, making out with some chick. It's like 45 people in there. It's uncomfortable.
So
when I did How to Be a Player, I did all my scenes in the same day. So I had 8 girls in one day, right? Which is a lot.
That's different.
That's a lot. That's different, fellas. But the thing was, it was my first time doing love scenes. I will never forget this. I was like, whew, okay. And they was like, okay, all right, next. I was like, oh.
You're like, oh no.
Whoa. Are we going to do another? And they kept, and you got to make them feel, you got to get comfortable. You got to block out everybody and you just got to have chemistry and stuff. And, obviously you learn how to do it, but it's actually funny to see how many people are staring at you make love or make out to the
room is
situation.
full, man. Full room. It ain't sexy at all, man.
No.
People that, man, do you ever like, nah, man, we do it, we rehearse it, we got an intimacy coordinator.
Yeah.
You know, and the show is called With Love, you know, it's a love in it.
Yeah, so you gotta love.
Gotta have something in there like
You
that.
ever had a female counterpart that you just didn't have chemistry with and you just had to find it?
Yeah, you know, that happens. I mean, it's like any job you go to. Some people you can't get with right away, but y'all work well together. It's about being professional and just bringing it. You know what I mean? And it's a journey. At the end of it, you always feel like you come closer to people that felt a bit far away from you.
Yo, it's like when you work with Viola Davis, man.
How to Get Away with Murder.
How to Get Away with Murder.
That's the first line she says in the show. She's walking on the chalkboard and she writes it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, she is the quintessential. This is going to sound weird, but she is to me what Don Cheadle is to like the dopest actors. Like, cause I always think Don Cheadle is the goddamn Miles Davis GOAT. you look at Don Cheadle body of work and you realize it's a level to this shit.
Absolutely.
You understand? It's like Viola Davis can do everything. She can do it, everything. Emotion. She brings the power. She brings the vulnerability. Like she does everything perfect. Yeah. Love you, V. Love you. So working with her, what was that experience like though? Because she's awesome, man.
It was a gift.
Yes.
And I'm just thankful I was in a place where I understood that early on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes our gifts come later and we think about how we were in a position, be like, damn, I wish I would have felt how I felt now, you know, when I was doing it. But working with her was intimidating too, just because, you know, it's Viola Davis. And so I'm on ABC. I'm the new guy. It's like,
yeah, it's a lot.
People think I'm replacing, you know, Wes was the character on there. It was a whole thing. But, you know, I learned a lot by working with her. And I didn't know really how to address her for the first, I think, couple months I was there. So I was calling her Miss V, Miss Davis. She would be like, just call me V. It's all good, you know. But, you know,
call me V, homie.
Yeah, she was. I think most people don't know about Viola is that she's so funny, man. And I think more importantly, the scenes that we did, which were a gift, but I was really a fly on the wall in conversations and being around her.
Correct.
And hearing her talk about the way she sees the world and where she came from. And like, she just has so many gems and gifts that she would just give just randomly. And those are the things I was like, man, you know, as a young actor, like,
yeah,
man,
you
just be around for that. But I learned a lot by working with her. You know, the first thing I learned was, you know, I was doing the show the first season I did it, and I was just so obsessive about being perfect. Okay. And I wanted to learn my lines like to a T. I didn't want to let nobody down. I didn't want to let her down because I had a lot of scenes with her. And at the end of the season, we have like a reel, you know, a blooper reel. And I was like, damn, I really ain't even in this. I was like, damn, I wonder why not. So I talked to one of the editors. He's like, man, you really didn't.
You ain't messed up.
You really messed up like that, bro. Next time, have a little fun. Basically, what he told me. Next time, have a little fun, man.
You was locked in. Hey, yo, you locked in.
I was.
You locked in.
You know.
You like, y'all not gonna catch me slipping.
Yeah, I had none.
Oh my God. I mean, but that's actually a super compliment. Yeah. That's an actual super compliment to you being very professional and knowing your work, right? But you know, it's weird because you be like, damn, man, I want to have one blooper too that's kind of funny, but you doing your thing.
Trying to, man.
Hey, listen, this is my first time meeting you, and I'm very, very happy that you had an opportunity to come on the show because I like discovering people. I like meeting people that got their own journey and their own swag to this game because there's so many angles to it. You can come in this game, you know, some people are overnight sensations. Some people might be 1 or 2 movies away. And then some people could just be like not getting nothing. And then boom.
Right.
And be gone. Like biggest thing that ever happened. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time I was reading an article about the guy who created Desperate Housewives. He was homeless at one point, and he was just about to give up on his dream, and he decided to write one more thing, and that one more thing changed his life. Man. See what I'm saying?
You're always this close or that far away.
Come on, bro. I mean, when you make it to the NBA, I mean damn,
man, listen.
And then you gonna be in the league, right? And then you gonna drop an album, and then you gonna do a movie.
Right.
That's how you doing it?
I don't know, man. I'm thinking bigger than that, man.
Let's go. Tell me. Go ahead. Let's make it happen. Let's talk it out.
You know what I mean?
Let's make it happen, man. No ceilings. Let's go.
It's all there for you for the taking, man.
Right.
You know, and that's how I feel about everything I'm doing. I do everything with intention.
Okay.
I do everything on purpose, man. Ain't nothing by accident, you know. But I was saying, working with V, I meant to mention, like, imagine being able to watch like Michael Jordan, like free throws. You know what I'm saying? Imagine it to just be in the gym with him while he's practicing. That's what it felt like. Yeah. Watching greatness up close and just being like, damn, I'm really here watching this happen. Yeah. And I'm a part of it.
And I'm feeling the energy of it.
I'm
like
feeling
it's really, really an affirmation that you're where you're supposed to be. Because just think about how many other people could have been there as you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So whatever you did that made your energy gravitate towards this project to meet this gigantic energy, and you compliment that's God, bro.
Yeah.
That's
absolutely.
what we're here for.
That's God, that's the universe, that's synergy, man. That's like, you can't even get out of your own way. You know, like for me, it's like so many things happen to us and they knock us off our square. And I think I had a lot of that happening growing up, and I just didn't know what I was doing. Correct. But once I figured out what I wanted, you know, the road became a lot smoother. You know, I mean, there were still bumps in the road. Sometimes it's like driving, man. You know, you on the highway and you miss your exit. You know, you can't just try to force yourself off the road. You know what I mean? But what happens is the navigation resets, man. It tells you a different route. And so even though I made some decisions I felt weren't the right ones, I still ended up where I'm supposed to be.
Dang, man, come on, Rome, man. Can we get some props in here? Come on. Rome in here dropping money. We gotta pay you. We gotta put some in your GoFundMe on that.
Yeah, help me out, man.
So, what about getting back to this music thing? You said earlier in the interview that you were really looking forward to, you know, doing some collaborations. Like, you know, I had Eric Bellinger on here. I know Rodney Jerkers. I know Tim and Bob on me. Damian Thomas on me. Well, who else you need? I know a couple people to help you do a little something.
Yeah, man, those guys are all talented, man. I know Eric. Been in the studio with them before, though. Yeah, they all talented. I mean, music is a relationship thing, just like acting is, but even more so with music, it's such an intimate thing for me. I don't know a lot of artists that don't come from an intimate place with music, personally, but it's a journey with that. You know what I mean?
Bro, listen, man, you gotta do me a favor, because I'm Mr. How to Be a Player, and I'm doing How to Be a Player Part 2.
Okay.
And I want to have a panty dropper.
Done.
I need a panty dropper, BB. I seen what you did with Slide.
Yeah.
I need the joint that's playing when my character is meet the girl that's his yin and yang. When we need that joint for the shower scene, the little sexy joint. You know what I'm saying? We're playing in the penthouse joint. You got me?
I got you.
Come on, fam. Don't let your boy down.
I got you.
Panty dropper. Because I don't want to put no pressure on you, but I need the panty dropper.
Hey, look, just give me a cameo, man. Give me a cameo in the movie.
You ready?
Put me on, man. Yeah. How to Be a Player too.
Man. You gotta be in that, man. You a
good
looking brother. You got legacy. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna have you doing something real smooth. You be like the counter fly cat over there. You know what I'm saying? I'm old head. I'm OG. You young money.
Like that. Yeah. Hey, that's it. That's how fire.
You young money, you the flyest cat coming in the game, and I'm getting my turf knocked off because the new fly cat, he got all the chicks going wild crazy. So is it hard to balance doing all these and multiple things and then juggling your personal life as well?
Yeah. I mean, that's life though, man. I mean, we always trying to balance things that matter to us. But at some point there's certain sacrifices that I think you have to be okay with. And some of that is, you know, my family letting them know, like, I'm just busy. I got to do this. I got to do that. I'm on a mission, like, constantly. And so it's a double-edged sword, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you might be successful, but, you know, the happiness of who's around you when you get there is also important. And so for me, it's like, you know, my family is super important to me, but I don't get to go out and see them that much. You know, I fly them out here sometimes. Right. You know, but it's always, I'm on the grind. I'm always on the move. If I'm not, then I feel like I'm out of place. You know? This
is what I like about this young brother right here. He is in grind mode. Like, you know, like New York cats are always like, I'm on my hustle, B. I'm on my hustle, B. Everything is on your hustle. Yo, you going to get pizza. I'm on my hustle.
Right.
Everything is about the grind. Yo, I'm grinding, fam. I'm grinding. I'm on my hustle, beyond real talk. I ain't got time to talk to you right now because I'm grinding. You know what I mean? But I love that energy. That energy has created a lot of success for me, just being committed so hard. Like you said, committed to your lines, committed to your music, committed to your basketball, bro. That's just who you are, bro. Yeah. That's a great quality. That is a quality for success on any lane you choose. When you choose, you got to keep that right there. I like that. That's that. That's that pit right there. That's that bark right there. So on the show, when we have our guests, I mean, we always have fun with you. So I know we had to introduce you and give you your exclusive, but we got to have fun with you, right?
Let's do it.
All right, let's have some fun. This part of Top Billin is called All Facts. This is where we ask our special guests a question, and you just got to tell the truth. You just got to be, you got to do you. You got to do you. All right, cool. All right, All Facts with Rome Flynn. Rome, you have an opportunity to work with 4 of your favorite producers. Who would they be?
It's a great question, man. For my favorite producers, to be honest, there's a lot of amazing producers out there, but I'm not too keen on trying to track them down. I'm more so interested in trying to work with the creators of things.
Okay.
A lot of times, producers, they green light things and they're part of projects, but don't really have a lot of creative aspect to it. But yeah, I mean, there's certain shows I would love to be a part of the world, like a show like Succession. I mean, man,
banging show for acting up in my life. I love
it's a masterclass.
Yes, a masterclass in acting. Yeah.
Masterclass in acting. Another show I would love to be able to be a part of a show like Bridgerton. Shonda Rhimes,
would have to get your accent together.
Oh, I have the perfect accent for that, actually.
You got it. Okay, of course.
I've been practicing, man.
You're practicing, man. Go ahead, next.
Listen, my time is coming, all right?
It's coming, all right?
I'm ready.
I'll be on ready.
Another show I watched was amazing. Was a show called The Great on Hulu. I don't know if y'all seen it.
Oh, The Great?
It's amazing. Yeah.
All right.
Great acting.
Hey, let's bookmark that. I want to check that out.
Check that out. Show Perry Mason, another amazing show on Showtime. I don't know if you've seen that. I think you would like that.
Yeah.
I think you might rock with that. But yeah, I mean, I'm all about the art, man. I'm trying to get deeper and get far away from myself as possible.
I get it, man. I mean, I didn't know you was gonna really go thespian. I was thinking more music. I was thinking like,
I thought you was talking about acting.
No, man.
I'm talking
producers.
Producing.
Come on, fam. Damn. Let's talk about music, man. Don't
forget
about you an artist.
Talking about
he on his Prince shit right now. I know how you did. Go ahead.
I'm a symbol, bro. You feel me? Let me think. Producers, man.
For your music, like, because we doing an album, right? We coming out after you do all these different things. You're gonna drop your album. Because I got connects. I'm the plug. I'm just saying. Look, dude, we manifesting right now.
Oh, that's what we doing.
We manifesting. So just say how you want it, fam.
Man, London on the track. Fire. Boy, it goes crazy. The Summer Walker projects are incredible. Metro Boomin. Think he hard.
Yep.
Definitely would want to link with him.
Got to get you on Top Billin, Metro.
Yeah, he's hard. Let me think. I like Puff, man. I like the stuff he's doing. Mm-hmm. That's my guy, man. But I like some of the stuff he's doing. Jazzy is another new artist that he has, and she's dope. I like the stuff that she's putting out. Let me think. Anybody else? I mean, I love Ari Lennox music too.
Ooh.
Yeah, Miguel music. I mean, that's the kind of lane.
Miguel dropping something new too. Yeah. Shout out to Miguel. What's up, fam? I see you, bro.
Yeah,
he about to drop something. He another tough artist. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Y'all both together on the album will look like y'all Spanish cousins.
Hey, we could do something. That would be great.
Y'all would do a Spanish album, you know what I mean? And they would be huge in Latin America. I remember, I'm gonna tell you a funny ass story, right? So back in the day, this is before we knew that actors could be singers.
Okay.
You're not gonna believe this story. So I'm doing MTV, but we do a Baywatch episode, so I get a chance to meet David Hasselhoff for the first time. So it's like we're at the beach house. It's an episode with all the cast from Baywatch comes to the beach house. Speed the story up. He's the #1 show in America. Baywatch was #1. and the number one artist in Germany. He had a hit record. It was bonkers. Like, I didn't even know he sang, bro. He was doing shows all across. Man, it was crazy.
That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah, so it's possible. But he was the first person that I ever, like, you never hear somebody like on a hit TV series, what you think, making all this money, and he was Knight Rider, be the number one artist in Germany, like something like that.
Wow.
So, bro, sky's the limit, Playboy.
We on our way.
All right,
That's
now I got to ask you a Wesley Snipes question real quick. So, all facts with Rome Flynn. Wesley told me when you are a lead actor, you always have to have the best co-star. Like in his contract, I don't know where you was in the early 90s. You was probably second grade first. I don't know. You was probably about to be born. But anyway, Wesley had a run. Wesley Snipes had a run where every co-star he had was just bananas. So now, Rome, it's your world. Of all the actresses out here right now, can I get your top 3? Can we get them in a movie with you? Get them in a scene with you? Go.
Yeah.
Go.
Let's think. Actresses, so opposite of me. Ooh,
that y'all gonna burn the screen up.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to think. Who's some young actresses out here right now?
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, that's a good question. I need to be checking more.
What about old school? You and Halle Berry, you could be.
I mean, come on. Yeah, obviously. That's selfish.
You could do Halle Berry. You know,
Halle definitely would do a movie with you.
Yeah, Halle Berry.
I'll grow my facial hair out. We're gonna.
Yo, you could look a little older, but
for sure.
2 years
Gonna
older.
be
Man.
good.
You got a baby face, like you. You
gonna have like 40.
Dude, you got a baby face. You gonna have to wait. You're gonna look young for a long time. You look like you just came out of high school.
If they pay me, I'm 18. You hear me? Yeah, so that's the scene. I'm 18. All right, cool. I got a backpack on.
I remember my boy, he played overseas, right? No, he played Major League Baseball, right? He said when he was coming over, he's Dominican. So he would come over and shit, and he was saying, like, the guys always lie about their age. No matter what they look like, they say, I 18. He's like, motherfucker, you 45. I 18.
That's crazy. Another young, dope, actress, Taylor Russell. Do you know about her?
No, Taylor Russell.
Yeah. So she did the movie Bones and All with Timothée Chalamet. Ooh, incredible! She's a great actress.
Great actress.
I feel like we would have good chemistry.
You could flex with it right there. That'd be nice right there.
Yeah, she's an amazing actress.
Give me one more, so we can get them in the spotlight too.
Yeah, let me think. Who is somebody out there? I can't get everybody know.
Oh, you trying to discover people?
I'm trying to
producing
make
right now. You mix and match.
Because we done seen a lot of the already.
I'm trying to think, there's a lot of new faces, and I love the accents as well. There's a lot of British actresses out there that they're very beautiful and very talented as well. Let me see. You mentioned Bridgerton. There was a couple actresses on Bridgerton that was pretty cool. I could see matching up with you.
I would fit perfectly in that show.
Yeah, bro.
I would.
They not coming back. I don't know if they coming back.
I'm gonna see who I can talk to about it, man.
Well, anyway, all right. Let's get back to let's close this thing out because we gotta make sure that everybody stay in touch with you, man. I want your Instagram. I want all your socials. Let's let these, especially the ladies that's. When I walked them in here, I had to tell them relax. Let the man come in here and do an interview. Look at that thing, man. Let them know you in the building.
Instagram is Rome Flynn. I ain't really on Twitter like that, but I do got a Twitter. It's Rome Tremaine, which is my middle name. And that's about all the access you got to me.
That's all. That's it. You don't do all that.
I don't do
everything's exclusive.
Everything else. That's it.
Hey, everybody get it up for my man Rome Flynn only on Top BIllin. Let's make some noise. There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Appreciate y'all having me, man. Super dope. What's up, y'all? It's Rome Flynn. I'm on Top BIllin with Bill Bellamy. Check out my episode right now. Go do it. What's up, y'all? It's Rome Flynn. I'm on Top BIllin with Bill Bellamy right now. Talking about everything with love on Prime Video right now. Go check out the episode.